Welcome to the program. Congratulations. And how about it? Is this one better than the first one with the Patriots?
It's great. This never gets old, Dave.
Yeah.
I do this every year.
Now, you started the season. Now, is that possible, the way things go these days, to do it year after year?
It's tough, but, we got a real good group of committed guys and coaches, entire organization. So, we're going to give it a shot. We know it's going to be tough.
But, now last year we had John Gruden here, and
Right.
he said pretty much the same thing. And they, in Tampa Bay, just fell apart completely, didn't they? More or less.
Oh, you're not getting me into that one now.
What happened? What went wrong there? Because those guys, they had a team. They were Super Bowl champions.
Well, it's a real competitive league, Dave.
Yeah.
And, every team out there is good. They got a lot of good players, a lot of good coaches. And, it's a dogfight every week. We had a tough game every single week, even though we won the last 15 in a row. Every one of them came right down to the wire.
Yeah. You took care of my Colts a couple of times, too. I didn't care for that. But you lost the first game of the season. Was it the Bills? 31-0? Was that the score?
Yeah, you don't have to keep reminding me.
Yeah. But after the game, and you're thinking to yourself, all right, that's the first game, 31-0. We got beat. Yeah, this is exactly where we want to be. Is that what you're thinking when something like that happens?
The only thing you can think about when you get beat like that is how you can get better the next game. And that's how we took it, just game by game. And, our approach to it was we won one game 15 times in a row. It was a very short-term objectives throughout the course of the year, and our players really responded to that.
Now, when you guys were in the middle of this run, going through the playoffs and eventually to the Super Bowl and winning it, and the deal was if you were going to be successful at some point, you had to have won 15 in a row. Did that loom as almost a bad luck symbol or a negative for you that, oh, my God, how can we possibly win 15 in a row? Would it have been better off if you'd have lost one or two along the way? I guess not now.
Well, Our team had a lot of confidence all the way through, and we got to the point I don't want to bring this up again, but the Colt game right after Thanksgiving, and a lot of comparisons were being made about the 03 team to the 01 team that won, and the big difference was that team won 9 games in a row after Thanksgiving. So that was a big challenge for us at that point, and this group really responded well to it on a week-by-week basis.
Are you smarter than everybody else coaching in the NFL?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm fortunate. I've got a great group of assistant coaches. We have a tremendous support staff and an outstanding group of players. They're the ones that make the plays, and that's why I'm here. I just take the credit.
Yeah, but that's very generous of you to say that. But everybody I talked to as we were following the season, it always came down to, yeah, but Belichick's coaching. Don't worry, Belichick will have something figured out. Don't worry, the defense, he knows what he's doing. He'll get it figured out. And it pretty much seemed like you were able to do it. And even with not the same starting lineup week in and week out, you kept running guys in because of injuries and whatever, and you were still able to accomplish the game plan.
Well, we had a lot of depth on our team. Scott Pioli, our director of personnel, did a great job of bringing talent onto the team, and we had a number of different injuries, and we had, I think it was 42 different starters, but guys just kept stepping up, and we get plays from, all different areas each week. Just around the home, though, Dave, I get brought down to earth right away. When I do something dumb there, my kids will say, "Dad, you moron, what'd you do that for?" So it really, they take care of me.
I think you are. I think you are the smartest coach in the NFL. Now, did you know the Panthers were in the league?
Well, I'm a season ticket holder of the Panthers, so... they had an outstanding year. I think John Fox does a tremendous job down there, the entire organization, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. Nobody, of course, could predict the score, but we figured it would come right down to the wire, as so many of our games have this year. And the Panthers have come back, I think it was 7 times this year, and come from behind and won. So we had a lot of respect for that football team.
And you had not played each other this season, is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. So, but you knew everything was going to happen. Were you surprised by them? Were surprised by the kind of game it turned into?
Well, it was a very unusual game. Nobody could move the ball or score very much in the first half until right before the half. Then the third quarter was kind of quiet, and then there were a lot of fireworks in the fourth quarter as teams are going up and down the field. Nobody could stop anybody. We were probably fortunate we had the ball last, and we had Tom Brady at quarterback.
My God. I don't think I had seen the Panthers play all season, so they completely surprised me. But what a tough, gritty ball club those guys are, huh?
Well, they sure are. They're very good defensively, and Jake did a tremendous job in the passing game, especially against us. We'd been pretty good on defense, but he made some big plays against us in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, that guy was very, very impressive. Now, you've worked with some great quarterbacks. You got one now, Tom Brady. In a big game, in a big game situation, Tom Brady or Joe Montana?
I'll go Tom Brady, Phil Simms, Burt Jones.
Oh, Phil Simms then. And then Burt Jones? Tom Brady's pretty cool, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. You know, it was great. I was riding on on the car with him in a parade the other day, and the fans they were cheering, and I know they weren't cheering for me, but it was fun to be there and take some of his throwaway. He's on top of the world right now. It's got to be.
I would think so. And so, what do you do immediately after the game? You're in. By the way, how about that naked guy? Did you see the naked guy?
Yeah, I heard you guys missed that. You didn't get that.
We didn't get to see it.
Yeah,
no.
well, we got a good look at it, but I don't think you missed that much.
So now you're in the locker room for a half an hour, which is double what it normally is during the season, right? So that's got to irritate you. And then you come out and some moron is pulling a stunt like that. That's really got to kind of put you on edge, doesn't it?
Well, we took care of it. We had Matt Chatham knock him out.
Let's take a look at it here. Let's take a look at the videotape with the halftime. There he is. Here we go. That's just about it for him.
And boom.
That's great.
We give a big hit of the game, and that's a winner.
That was lovely. So now, it looked like the game could have gone into overtime, but essentially it was sort of a repeat of 3 years ago, right? When you won in the same situation?
Right. We were able to, get the ball on the 40-yard line after the Panthers scored and, hit a couple passes. And, of course, Adam came through with a big kick there at the end, as he did 2 years ago. It was,
you know what I loved was the two-point conversion. That was slick.
Oh, the fake high snap and direct snap to Falk. Yeah.
And
it's funny. That's one of those plays that we've worked on all year, run it every week in practice, and that's the first time we called it all season, and it worked very well. So, it's just one of those situations where the stars were in alignment.
No, it's a smart guy. That's a smart guy is calling that play because everybody watching knows that the two-point conversion doesn't seem to be a very high percentage play. It really doesn't, does it? I mean, they must have numbers.
It's below 50%.
Yeah.
But you get in a situation with a 5-point lead, and a couple minutes to go in the game, you might as well make it a 7-point or leave it at 5.
Oh, but that was cool. So anyway, then after the game, what do you guys do? It's just everybody goes crazy. What about the Janet Jackson thing? Did anybody see? Nobody saw that either, did they?
Well, we didn't see it. We were in the locker room. We missed that. Nobody kept us abreast of it. Dave, I got the scouting report on you, too, by the way.
What is that?
Well, you were jogging over in Wisconsin a couple summers ago.
Uh-huh.
My son Steven saw you out there. He said, Dave Letterman was jogging down there. I said, really, how'd he look? He said, just like you, Dad. He runs slow.
I'm telling you, old people power walking past me. He's absolutely right. Slow. Yeah, running is flattering.
That's my speed. Yeah. That's my speed.
Do your players like you, or are they afraid of you, or how does that work? Are you one of the guys, or you make them scared?
I don't know about that. I'm a player's coach.
Yeah. And what does that mean?
No, I think that my job as a coach is to prepare the team and make some decisions during the game. That's really what I try to do. I think that the players have their own interaction with themselves, and there's a chemistry there. And I never try to control it. I put them together and let it just go on its own. And we've got a good group of guys, and they really support each other well. And I think that's why our team is has a great camaraderie.
Do you ever raise your voice?
Oh, occasionally.
Yeah. Do you ever call them names?
Sometimes.
What kind of names might you call a player?
Well, family TV here.
I see. I understand. So you enjoyed a celebration in Houston, or you wait till you get back to Boston?
Well, on the field, of course, we had the big celebration, and we had the parade in Boston yesterday, and that was awesome. 1.5 million people. Just thank you. And it was, it's such a thrill. You can really see what the community, how much they support us and what the feeling was toward the team. It was incredible.
Right. And I'm sure that it all kind of makes up in a way for the Red Sox.
Well, you know what? We just do our own thing. We don't get involved in anybody else's deal.
Now what about?
You can't trap me like that.
Can you do it again next year? Or?
Well, we know it's going to be tough. Look, every team starts out 0-0 next year. We haven't done anything, neither has anybody else, and we'll all just see where it goes from here.
But by winning the Super Bowl, are you actually handicapped for a start on next year? Have all of the other teams who've been eliminated actually got a jump on you in some
Oh, sure.
regard?
We're 6 weeks behind everybody else, and last year we were 6 weeks ahead of the playoff teams from a year ago. So, but that makes it tough. But that, we don't care about that. We're happy to be in this position.
Yeah,
and,
I would think so.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Well, I tell you, it was great fun to watch, and it turned out to be a great game. And congratulations, nice to see you, Bill Belichick, everybody.